Alright guys, things are heating up again, and this time it's not just hot, it's explosive. Donald Trump has just ramped up the global chip war, and trust me, the ripple effects are massive. Forget trade disputes, forget simple tariffs. This is about semiconductors, AI dominance, and who gets to control the future of technology, and by extension, the future of power itself. Trump has never hidden his obsession with bringing manufacturing back to America. And now, the target is clear. Semiconductors, the beating heart of modern technology. He's betting big on Arizona, where TSMC, the world's chip giant from Taiwan, is building huge factories. Trump's vision? A desert filled with mega-chip plants, all pumping out processors that once were made in Asia. And he's not being subtle, he literally said it months ago. In the very near future, we're going to be placing tariffs on foreign production of computer chips, semiconductors, and pharmaceuticals. They left us and they went to Taiwan, which controls about 98% of the chip business. But they won't pay a 25%, 50%, or even 100% tariff. They'll come back, they'll build here. Translation? Either chip companies bring their factories to America, or they get crushed under tariffs. Now here's the twist. This isn't just economics. It's about rewriting the rules of free trade itself. The logic of free trade is simple. You produce what you're best at. I produce what I'm best at. We trade. Everyone wins. But Trump? He wants to flip that upside down. He's saying, forget efficiency. Forget cost, forget global supply chains. I don't care if you're better at making chips. You're going to make them here in the United States. It's bold, it's risky, and it's already happening. Washington has now pulled back Biden's so-called chip waivers. That means companies like TSMC, Samsung, and SK Hynix can no longer freely ship their chip-making gear into China. Every shipment now requires U.S. approval. Think about that. Korean and Taiwanese companies, some of the most powerful players in tech, now need a permission slip from Washington just to sell in China. If they don't comply, their entire companies or even their countries could face crippling tariffs. This is no longer a trade war, it's economic blackmail on a global scale. So why now? Why ramp up the chip war at this exact moment? The answer? China's breathtaking progress in AI. Remember the DeepSeek moment, when Chinese AI shocked markets and wiped trillions off US tech valuations? Well, brace yourself. A second shockwave is coming. China's AI darling is preparing to launch a new autonomous AI agent in 2025. Unlike today's chatbots that need constant input, this AI can execute multi-step tasks with minimal guidance. Imagine telling an AI, design a car factory, optimize energy use, run the robots, and it just does it. And here's the kicker. China is already the king of manufacturing. Pair that industrial might with AI agents, and suddenly you're looking at autonomous factories, smarter power grids, and a robotics revolution. For Trump, this isn't just competition, it's an existential threat. So he's doubling down, pressuring allies like Japan and Korea to pour hundreds of billions of dollars into U.S. chip projects, trying to slow China's rise before it becomes unstoppable. Now let's zoom out. On the global leaderboard of AI chatbots, OpenAI's ChatGPT is still king, with over 46 billion visits in the past year. But right behind it, China's DeepSeek, with 2.7 billion visits. Yes, it's still far smaller. But remember, DeepSeek is outright banned in several G7 countries. Even so, it's already beating American rivals like Perplexity, Gemini, and Grok. If China keeps progressing and keeps access to advanced chips, DeepSeek could evolve into a global powerhouse rivaling or even surpassing OpenAI. That's why US chipmakers themselves are caught in a bind. Nvidia, for example, knows China is its biggest market. We're talking $50 billion annually. That market is too big to walk away from. Listen to what industry leaders are saying. It's in America's best interest to let us sell in China. We want China's AI to be built on top of the American tech stack. Translation, US companies want dependency. They want the world, even China, to build their AI on Nvidia's chips. But Trump's tariffs are making that strategy harder and harder. Here's the irony. While Trump is trying to force production back to America, the rest of the world is quietly shifting eastward. Case in point, Russia and China's new Power of Siberia 2 pipeline. This mega project will deliver 50 billion cubic meters of gas every year from Russia straight into China. The cheap Arctic gas that once kept Europe's factories alive is now being rerouted east. For China, this means unlimited, affordable energy to power its industrial machine. For Russia, it means sanctions-proof revenues for decades. And together, it cements an ironclad Russia-China alliance, one that directly challenges U.S. dominance. This is Washington's nightmare scenario, a manufacturing giant and a commodity superpower, locking arms. Meanwhile, Europe is collapsing under the weight of its own policies. French and German economists are openly admitting defeat against China's solar sector. German chemical plants are operating at their lowest capacity since 1991. Automakers are in crisis. Energy prices are through the roof. And what ties it all together? The loss of cheap Russian gas. Europe's lifeline has been cut. China's has been reinforced. And America? Well, Trump is hoping tariffs alone can level the playing field. But let's be real. How can U.S. industries compete with Chinese factories running on dirt-cheap energy? The signs are already here. U.S. manufacturing has now contracted for 6 straight months. The PMI index, anything below 50 means contraction, just came in at 48.7. Factories are reporting worse conditions than even during the Great Recession. And what's their number one complaint? Import duties. Trump's reshoring dream is becoming a nightmare. Tariffs are driving costs up, forcing consumers to buy less, and triggering layoffs across industries. And here's the bombshell. According to Goldman Sachs, the Bureau of Labor Statistics could soon reveal a downward revision of nearly 1 million jobs for the past year. That's before the tariff war even kicked into high gear. Combine rising costs, falling demand, and mass layoffs, and what do you get? A slow-motion economic train wreck. Trump may think he's playing chess, but Xi Jinping is holding a royal flush. China can manufacture nearly everything. It has secured energy through Russia. It's accelerating AI development, and it's winning the loyalty of countries that were once U.S. allies. Already whispers are emerging about Japan and even South Korea, 2 of America's closest partners, exploring closer ties with BRICS. Why? Because Trump's tariffs are squeezing them too. The harder Washington tightens its grip, the more its allies slip away. Let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Trump wanted to bring production home, but instead, he may have accelerated the creation of a parallel world order, one led by China, Russia, and BRICS. While the U.S. weaponizes tariffs, the rest of the world is building pipelines, factories, and AI ecosystems outside of American control. And that's the ultimate danger. If the U.S. keeps pushing too hard, it risks not just losing China, but losing its own allies as well. So here's the reality. The chip war isn't about chips, it's about the future of power. Whoever controls AI and semiconductors controls the 21st century. Trump thinks tariffs can force the world into America's orbit. But China is playing a different game, one of energy security, industrial scale, and technological breakthroughs. And if Washington's closest allies decide they no longer want to play by U.S. rules, that could mark the true beginning of the end for American dominance. So I'll leave you with this. Is Trump saving American industry, or is he accidentally destroying it from within? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear what you guys think about this one. And if you found this breakdown eye-opening, do me a favor, hit that like button so more people can see it. Subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the battles shaping our world. And don't forget to ring the bell, so you don't miss the next big twist in this global chess game, because trust me, the next chapter in this chip war is going to be even crazier.